8:23. I think I have it scheduled for 9 a.m. Seeing how I didn't do anything yesterday. You know, hey, things came up and whatnot, and you know. Still waiting for this thing to get, you know, going with the whole. Anyways. I mean, it was just working. I don't know what's going on. My headset or whatnot. Everybody do the leaf. You just want people to fall down, or maybe hang from branches. I know it's not the way you spell leaf, but I don't know what the hell. So many terms I don't know about. Alright, so can smelt 20 items in a furnace. Okay. It's too quick for me to read out loud. Cherry Blossom Forest and more archaeology sites. Sorry. Forest, not Forest Temple, it's a desert temple like thing. Pyramid, I guess they were calling them. You know, they weren't always pyramids. It's interesting how they changed the lookout to resemble more of a pyramid on at least one side. But yeah, anyways. Got some green tea with ginger. Yeah, these little things have like sayings on them and stuff. Oh, I guess this one doesn't. Green tea with ginger plus probiotics. You know, keep healthy in the weird weather. I like weird weather. It's really spontaneous up here. It's like you don't really know what you're gonna get. It's both fun and exciting. And I was like, if I can pop up. And the oh, dude, it went from, okay, when I first got here, the weather didn't know what it wanted to do. And it snowed like the first week I was actually here, and this was in April. No, it was in May. So the middle, like middle of summer, it snowed for like one day. Just it was beautiful though. Just flip. It was amazingly beautiful. I walked home in the snow. I was working and kind of walked to my tent in the snow. But yeah, and I had a few winter kind of stuff that I could put on. I had like 3 pairs of socks on, and like this it's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like a scarf, but it's not a scarf. And you can kind of use it as like a face covering. And what is that called? Oh, so pretty. You can use it as a face covering as well as kind of like a hat. So it's like really close to the skin. It's like maybe like this big, and it's like a little O. I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna have to bring it up. But yeah, got it from this one store, and obviously. But there was this, I had that on, and then I was told to snuggle up my electronics or they'd die. So they were in my sleeping bag with me. And, yeah, nicely enough, none of the screens cracked on my phone or my tablet. It's my only electric devices I had. Oh, plus the terabyte that I have. Been walking around with that. And, I have some of my work on it. And, I mean, not just some, it has a lot of my work on it, and it, also holds some family pictures. I don't know, maybe like 2 movies on it? I'm not sure. It's like I don't know where I'm hearing that from. It's so weird because like it sounds like it's from that direction, but it could just be from that direction. It's like I've swapped my headset, like flipped it around. Doesn't help. They still sound like they're on the other side. I'm like, what? I was like, how is that possible? I'm getting antsy from, you know, worry and everything. If you hadn't noticed, I have like a blemish or something on one side of my face. I think it's that side, maybe? Anyways, so, oh my goodness. How did that happen? I know the creeper, but how did the 2 flippin'... That was like massive. Ah, flip. That crater? That's more than one creeper, I swear. I mean, was there TNT under one of these things? And then how did the leaves pop up? I didn't even see a trader. And where did the tree come from? Okay, I see where the tree came from. Got an apple. Ah. I'm sorry, I've been watching zombie movies too. It's just, wow. Well, they say not to leave them hanging. Okay, so. How did I get that? Shortest tree in existence. Right there. Alright, so... lost a lot. thing is that I try not to get lost so many times. Okay, so what I do is I look up the directions a day or two before I need to go and do anything, okay? And I get that to memory, alright? But then I'm not quite adept at the distances, because whenever you, like, okay, so Google does distance in, like, time frames, okay? So when I'm going, you know, an average pace or whatnot, or even quicker than an average pace, and I'm still not meeting their time, you know, suggestion, then I feel like I'm lost. So then I have to pull up the map again and then try to find out where I am. It's like, Damn it, I missed. But anyways, I will study their little map and I will try to figure out if I am in the right place, and I've been here, interestingly enough. But if I'm not at the right point where I think I'm at, I'm lost. So it's just like, It's not like I just go out unprepared and whatnot. I mean, you don't even know me. So, fair enough. But, sometimes I think I overshoot places. I'm like, maybe they didn't have like quite a good, like, you know, sign or whatever. Maybe I missed a sign. I was like, no, I've been looking. I mean, like, I've gone past, like, overshot places because they actually did not have a street sign. And, like, riding on your bike and everything, you have to look at everything, and you have to flip and make sure that you're not getting hit by a car. And wow, that's interesting. I probably most certainly have been over this way. You punk. But anyways, I have overshot things by like damn near, I don't want to say like half a mile, but like maybe a fourth of a mile. Oh, it did use that arrow. I'm like, what? I was like, I know I came in here to put that arrow up, but I couldn't find it, and I got freaked out because there could be enemies around. So then I backed out, and then I tried to get somewhere safe, and then I looked to see if there was the arrows there, and I was like, wait, where the hell did they go? But I guess I used it. That's fine. Okay. Unless it's in the, unless it's on like a little island in the middle of this place, I don't think there's gonna be a cherry blossom forest here. But getting back to me getting lost and finding my way and blah blah blah. Yeah, I study the directions. I look for. I don't like getting lost because, you know, there's nobody to come, you know, find me when I get lost. And if I don't know where I am, then nobody else is gonna know where I am either. So it's just a whole lot of blah. And yeah, so I only have to, you know, rely on myself, and if I can't rely on myself, then I'm pretty much screwed. Like, super screwed. trying to figure out. Okay, so I filled out this background form, you know, electronically and whatnot, and I thought I did it right, but then I sat there and I mulled over it, and I was like, did I do it wrong? Did I not do, you know? Okay, so then today, after the 4th day of it being pending, like, okay, they might not have enough information. So I emailed their support team and kind of asked if I, you know, I was like, I might have done this wrong. I was like, okay, I was like, I was rushing through the form and I was reading it, but you know how like when you're rushing you might have like mucked something up. So I was like, okay, I sent an email and I sent some more information just in case. I mean, I might have given the support team a little bit too much information, but you know, hey, and I was like, you know, if you need anything else, you know, maybe message me back. I was like, could you add this to the form, you know, kind of like thing, because it doesn't give me the option of adding anything else. And I was just like, okay, all right. And I was like, I might have missed some information, but I did answer everything appropriately. I mean, like, I totally did. And the last background check that I needed to fulfill, I didn't have to put that much information at all. And so I'm just sitting here. I was like, it's been 4 days. It's been 4 days since I have filled out this background, and it's still pending. And I have to keep using the same email to get back into this to check if it's pending, because like, it's like, okay, they were really excited about getting my background check. Why hasn't anyone called me about this? You know, because I'm supposed to be waiting for an email and then a phone call. So the email is to verify that they have gotten my background check, and the phone call is supposed to be from the general manager, asking me about my shirt size, because there's a uniform, and my social security number, as well as something else. Damn. But it's just like some questions, like more personalized questions about, like, you know, because you're not supposed to give your social security number out to anybody willy-nilly, because they could use it for identity theft and whatnot. But employers need your social security number, doctors need your social security number, you know, medical insurance companies need your social security number, and blah blah blah. If you're buying a car, they need your social security number. It's a bunch of, you know, yeah, they're saying don't give it to random people, but these, you know, those people are pretty random, especially, you know, you don't know them, you don't know if there's somebody in their agency that's going to use that information for the bad, you know, hey. Someone tried to, someone tried to use my social security number once to get car insurance. And when, for Geico, which was hilarious enough. And I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I don't even have a car. I was like, wait, what? $500? And I'm late with the car insurance payment? What? I was like, excuse me? And I was like, you're this person. I'm like, yeah, I'm this person. I was like, I don't have a driver's license. I was like, I don't have a car. I was like, how am I supposed to get, you know, insurance for a car without a car? And they were like, wait, hold on. And they were like, do you live in this state? And I was like, no. It's like, well, you have a car registered in this state. And I was like, I do not. I was like, I don't live in this state. I was like, hon, I like sit here and I ride my bicycle to and from work. I was like, I'm not going to ride my bicycle if I can actually drive. And they were like, you've never had a driver's license? I was like, never ever. And they were like, why? And I was like, oh, that's kind of personal. But, seeing how you're trying to charge me for something I haven't done. And I was like, can you give me the address as to where this car is registered from? And they're like, oh, we're not allowed to give out that information. I was like, oh, but you're allowed to ask for money from people who don't even have these things. I was like, somebody's probably stole my identity in this place and tried to get insurance with my name. I was like, dude. And then my bank called me and said that somebody had tried getting into my account and spending like over $500 on Geico. And I was like, I just talked to somebody from Geico, and they were like, oh, so that was you. And I was like, no. I was like, they called me about late charges, and they said that I had a car, and they were like, and I was like, oh, I don't drive, and I had to sit there and explain it all over again, and I was like, this is, and they were like, oh, so you're gonna need another card, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, did they get that kind of information? And they were like, we're just gonna give you another card to make sure, and we're gonna use a two to three step verification from now on. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And they were like, and your current address hasn't changed? And I was like, no, because I was living in South Carolina at the time. And I was like, not yet. So yeah, no. And it was interesting. I didn't like it. Obviously nobody likes when their identity gets stolen. And I still didn't know how the hell they got, how cute, how they got my my social security number. Or any of that information for that. Oh, and then when I moved to Illinois, something like that happened again. Okay, so the only time I actually used my card was at this, was it like an Arby's? It was either, I think it was an Arby's. Whoops, I'm headed the wrong way. So, stopped by, and I was moving to Illinois at the time, and the person I was moving with had been paying for, it was like a 14-hour drive. They had been paying for the, what is that called? The meals and snacks on the way, and I was like, let me get you, I was like, let me pay this time. And he's like, you sure? And I was like, yeah. I was like, order anything you like, you know? I was like, I got some money. And he's like, I eat a lot. And I was like, yeah, but we've only been eating like snacks this whole flippin' time. I was like, let's eat like a whole flippin' meal. And he's like, all right, well, he's like, I like this restaurant. And I was like, ugh, I don't like them, but I'll eat some fries and see if they have anything else on the menu. I don't like Arby's. I don't know. Their secret sauce is not to my taste. I'd rather have a burger, but, you know, than a sandwich. But anyways, moving on. I gave my card to this lady, and she held on to my card for longer than anyone should. I mean, until the meal was pretty much prepared. And I was like, what the hell? And the male that was with me is like, did she ever give you your card back? And I was like, no. I was like, you're right there. And he's like, yo, what's the holdup? And she was like, oh, sorry. She looked like she was writing something down. So, and then I got charges for in that state because we were I can't remember what state it was. It was on the way to Illinois, and I think we were 2 to 3 states away, but we had to go around this like this one area. But anyways, so I don't know if we were in a good neighborhood or a bad neighborhood. It all looked the same to me, but it was still kind of in the south, but coming up towards the north. And when we did get to this one area and I was trying to purchase something, my card was declined because of unusual activity. So I was like, okay, they yeah, I'm not in the same state. I understand that. Let me just call them. And then there were charges for like $600 and flipping $200 somewhere else. And I was like, what? So she was like spending my money like a mad person. And yeah, I almost called her like WHORE. And for those of you who can spell, it's yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways, so then they declined. They put it on suspicion and everything, and whenever I tried to spend like $20 or like $40 at this one place, I got the notification and everything that suspicious activity and everything, and they called my number after I called them, and I was like what the hell is going on? And they were like, oh, we're gonna have to call you back. And I was like, what? I was like, I'm at this place, and I was like, I just got like this notification that, you know, suspicious activity and everything. I'm still playing, chill. And so they were like, okay, we're gonna have to call you back. And then they called me back like 10 minutes later. We're still at the store, and the person I was with, they actually bought this $40 worth of stuff for me, and I was like, oh, that's so nice. But I paid them back, and we went on the further trip and everything, and they called me back while we were almost there, and I was like, no, I'm in this state, and I was like looking around trying to like make sure, and I was like, yeah, the store that I was in was this state, and like, you've never been in that other state? And I was like, yeah, I made a, you know, like a $30 purchase with like fast food at this Arby's, but I was like, no, I didn't buy anything else anywhere else. And they were like, okay, she's like, we're gonna have to have you talk to some people in our support team as well as our security, and we're gonna have to get you another card. And I was like, how many other cards am I gonna need? I was like, dude, like, it makes you wonder how many times this has happened to anyone else who's been going across state. How many times their identity had been stolen because they stopped to grab a meal at a fast food joint and somebody wrote down their card information. It was like, eesh. It's kinda really janky. But it really sucked. I really like Mountain Dew. I was just thinking, yeah, I got another bottle. Like, last time I went on a trip that long, I got a bottle of Mountain Dew, you know, as a 4-year-old. And then, like, I got a bottle of Mountain Dew on that trip too, and I was just like, just smiling about it. I was like, Mountain Dew. I really like Mountain Dew. I have 2 of them in my fridge, honestly. Like 2 little 20 ounces. They were only like, $4 for 2 of them. It was like this deal they were doing at like Dollar General. And I was like, why not? Buy one, get another one, you know. I mean, I could get a flippin' 2-liter for less, but 2-liter doesn't fit in my little bike cup holder. It might fit in my basket though. Yeah, I have a little basket. I don't know if I want to go to that desert. I can go to another desert. I mean, it was like, I think it was over here somewhere. Anyways, let me just pull that out. And scrutinize the rest of this just to find one thing. Oh, mud. Definitely taking the mud. What's that? Oh, that can stay. Map 12, map 6. I can't recall the difference. Okay. Okay, that's the one that's next to the, Oh, that's the double for my map room. Because I like to have one that I can pull out if I need it, and then one I stick on the map room wall. Okay, so then I can pull one more thing out. Should be food, honestly. The bunny pelt. I could take this, or I could take that, take this. Like, do I really need that one little diamond? I could take a sand, and I could take a dirt. That sounded like a... It is. Give me a second. Hey, dude. Tell me you have cherry blossom. What is that? No, I'm good. Thank you, though. I just have to keep going this way, and then I'll finally end up getting to the proper place. Give me a second. Oops, wrong button. I thought it was Alright. It would have been better if I took the boat, but, you know, hey. Okay. Oh wow, oh wow. Oh. I know that other sheep too. Maybe. Oh no, no. That's definitely gonna take them out. I'm running. I'm a witness. They'll never catch me alive. Anyways, so I haven't uploaded my last video either. I feel bad about that. I just took a me day, you know? Besides the fact that I was wrought with worry. I was like, I messed up. I know I messed up. I was like, should it take this long? He said it would take 2 to 3 days for the background check to come back. And then someone would be reaching out after that. And I was like, okay, alright. I'm being paranoid. I know I am. I'm hoping I did it right. I'm hoping everything's fine, and that it's just people just being too busy to get to me at the time. You know, just some stuff like that. But I still reached out to the damn support team because it's like 4 days. It's been 4 days. I'm freaking. And I'm like, should I continue looking for another position? Should I just wait? I mean, what's going on? I don't know whether I want to be annoying and reach out to the store and ask if they've gotten it back yet. On a lighter note, I have some stuff coming tomorrow. I had to purchase some necessities. Water filters and some, like, a water container thing for it because I need a new, whatchamacallit, what the hell is that called? A water tester thing. The one I have is broke. Doesn't, sorry, that reminded me of what else broke last night. And, yeah, something I have broke, and it's stupid. And it won't hold a charge, and it's just stupid. So I'm gonna have to shell out some more money just to get a replacement. So, anyways, maybe I should go around I mean, there's so much grassland that I could use. It's gonna take just a smidge more, but tell me if you see the skull in the snow imprint. Just tell me. The gray eyes, a little bit of the gray nose, and then like it doesn't have like a mouth. Unless you use that little purple zip kind of thing below it. Purplish blue. But yeah. I'm just looking at this and I keep seeing it. It's like, yeah, it's just a deadly area. It's awful. It's like it's mocking anyone. It's like, yeah, walk over this area, you will die in the snow. and sitting here giggling to myself. Apologize. So sorry. I apologize. Oh, hey, Wolfie. Okay, that should be far enough. What? No. They stole my boat again. They flippin' stole my boat again. Okay. Alright. I'll be okay in a few seconds. Give me a second. Good. We're good. Just make a better one. I'll make a pink one. I hate pink, but I'll make a pink one. Damn. Am I gonna be able to get up there? Kinda hoping I can actually dig through here. Just, So anyways, let's make sure we look down and glad it wasn't a little bit like deeper. Would have took some damage, you know? Okay, we're still good. I'm sorry, Mama. Sorry, Apple. Anyways. I mean, I believe that there's a fine line between being annoying to and being, you know, productive. Holy flip, okay. Okay, it definitely is getting darker. Okay, I'll find my way again. Would have been lovely if I still had my boat. I don't know how that works. You saw I was almost going to drown, but my head was above water. It's like, what the hell? The character is not aquatic, you know? Hey, chill out. Oh, okay. Going around. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Okay. I saw one of my neighbors yesterday. I was going out and to get the mail, and he was being dropped off by somebody, and there was a hi, and I said hi. there were some females who tried to introduce themselves. I was currently busy trying to lift heavy objects, up the 17 stairs, and while trying to focus on breathing. And I wasn't short. I know I wasn't short. I was just like, hi, yeah, my name is this, and I introduced myself as Ace because, that's what I go by. And obviously this was put in the question, and I was like, alright, so I said my full name, and I said I go by Ace. And they were like, oh, okay. I also met an older male who lives in the apartment. Well, older two males. They were sitting there, and when I came up on my bike, and my okay, so we're allowed to have we have like one parking spot per unit and everything, and I was like, I don't have a car. So I was like, you think it's okay if I put my bike right here, and they were like, yeah, we don't think anyone's gonna take it. I was like, okay. He's like, well, they did try taking mine. And I was like, okay, I'm definitely locking it up, but they had complimented me on my visor thing, and I was like, oh, yeah, it protects me from the sun and from other things, because it's pretty much like wearing shaded safety glasses places. But yeah, it is not to the grade that you'd be able to weld with, but it kind of looks like a welder's helmet. Well, I know that no debris coming off of any construction trucks is going to permeate that as well as something else could, but like if somebody was using a weed whacker and the blade broke, it might be able to penetrate it, but it would do a whole hell of a lot less damage than something else would, like without it. It's like I'm not gonna ask people with like machetes to like check how shatterproof this damn thing is, but okay. So I just need to go that way. But they thought it was like some sort of VR thing. I thought that was cool. I was like, wow, being painted as a gamer in the outside world, not even looking like a gamer. I was like, okay. I was like, no. They're like, well, it's cool, you got a friend in me, and I was like, wow, that's a movie quote. But yeah, I was like, cool. But someone had cleared, one of them had cleared space on the porch so that I could park my bike up on it. And he had mentioned it when I was coming out of, some other people were helping me move some furniture up the stairs. And I was like, okay, well, I'll have to check it out later. And I wasn't trying to be short, and I wasn't trying to, underappreciate and whatnot. I was just, kind of really busy. It happens. Ah, some mountain men. I probably have to get some of those too. Sounds like I'm looking through a catalog. Oh no, it's just a little baby. But it's just a little baby. Leave the baby alone. I'm gonna have to do it. There's a child involved. I feel bad about it. Holy damn, the sound came really after. It was a baby. He was attacking a baby. What did you want me to do? Alright, so. So yeah, I haven't seen everyone in the apartment. I don't know, like moving into places people don't often like, oh, you know, hey, you know, welcome to the apartment and stuff. There were like, there was one female who did that. Anyways. What the hell is that? Holy damn. Did that get struck by lightning? Oh damn. There's gonna be a whole forest fire, isn't it? Nothing I can do about that. Sit here and keep it from spreading. Oh, now I can read it. How the hell am I gonna flippin' take that out? I mean, it doesn't leave anything, does it? That could have been bad. Single-handedly stopped a forest fire. Thank you very much, you know. Anyway, that's like, I've never seen that happen in Minecraft, so. I remember Smokey the Bear. Flip. Only you can prevent forest fires. And then there was this dog named McGruff. The McGruff he was an advocate to prevent violence and uphold peace, I guess. Oh. I need to get on that side though. 2 birds, 1 bath. What? I don't like the stone reference. It's like, have you ever seen like birds bathing in multiples? They normally do that so there's at least 1 person like on the lookout while the rest of them are bathing, and then there's 1 person that finishes bathing first, and then that one who was on the lookout gets to bathe, while the others are just sitting there chilling and basking in the sun and drying off. Yeah, I watch birds bathe. Not proud of it. I've even changed the water after. I get curious about stuff. It's not like I go out and seek, you know, birds bathing and whatnot, but I notice. I ride by puddles and whatnot, and I've had a bird bath before. It's like the one I had was like this big. It was cement, and I painted it. First I spray painted it white for the background, and then I painted the design on it. It was vines weaving up and some butterflies on it. And I painted the butterflies and the vines, and I think there was like maybe 2 flowers on there. I painted those. It looked like a lovely piece of art, like it was, and I just personalized it. And with the with this bird bath, it had this little like itty bitty stone, well, concrete, what the hell is that called? It was a concrete like sparrow or finch kind of thing. It was a small little bird, and I made it look like a kind of like a canary finch. You know, the black and yellow bird. We didn't have them in South Carolina, but it was still pretty to see. Birds didn't mind it. They looked at it, they peck at it, and then they noticed it wasn't really alive, and then they went about their day. They either drank the water or I had cats drinking out of that damn thing too. They drank the water and or bathed in it, and if they bathed in it, I'd go about washing it. I had the hose. It was really easy to clean the concrete because I didn't spray paint the inside of the water area. I just left it concrete, and I just spray painted I masking taped the hell out of the inside of the bird bath, and then after I was finished, it just looked like a bare gray spot. And I was like, well, at least the birds are gonna know that it's the healthiest it could be, and there's no chemicals in there. But it was really easy. I just, you know, spray the inside of it and get it clean. I didn't let it build up with gunk or algae or whatever. It's gross. See, when I'm told that, like, someone's gonna do something, I step off and I allow them time to do it. There was a female that I lived with, and she had mentioned that she normally cleans that, and I was like, okay. And I was like, did you want me to stop? And she's like, well, give me a chance to clean it. And I was like, okay. So I stepped off and I waited, and a week went by, continued to wait, another week went by, and then I went about cleaning it, and then there was the whole, she never lets me have a chance to actually clean it, or I'd clean it. So I was like, I would rather the animals around the house be healthy and not be on the brink of, you know, dehydration because the water is so nasty. And the birds around that house would defecate in the bird bath. So yeah, the ones around where I lived previous, they never pottied in the bird bath. I was like, okay. It was a new thing to me to see so much of that happening in that location. I don't know, I guess they're just brought up different. Maybe that's their way of getting people to clean it faster. And what I did was I would give that defecated water to the plants around the area. It's good for them. A lot of nitrous and whatnot. I need some iron. Just checking. Wanted to see if that was the new fisherman. Those kids have to grow up eventually. I'm gonna go to the map from this way. Have a good one. Anyways. I was eventually told to leave that stuff alone because it could bother someone, but then I was yelled at by the one it bothered why I wasn't taking care of them anymore, and I was like, I can't win for lose with this. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Alright, now that doesn't look proper. That is exactly where it was. Is this even further away than what I thought it was? Because I know that there was desert over there. This is kind of aggravating. Maybe that was above. Looks like it's above, doesn't it? Alright, I'm gonna need to make another. Is that mud? No. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in this other one over there. Put that one in there. I will keep the TNT in here. You know what? I'll take that and put it in my over. Whatchamacallit? Put that in my over thing too. What do you know? For some reason I keep hearing fire, which is weird. I don't have any spider web in there. Oh yeah, gotta make a map. Item holder. I'm gonna explore what's up here. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, that doesn't look right either. There must be another space in between there. Because that was the, what the hell is that called? Forest? I'm gonna have to extend that. Okay, so cute, little kittens everywhere. You're headed the same way I am. I think it was polished. Could have been diorite. Could have been polished. I'll take one of each. Oops. I think I'm gonna have to use Silk Touch for this one. There we go. 4 high. Okay. Well, I need to get down here anyways, right? I'm gonna extend it just a wee bit. I mean, just a wee little bit. Should be fine. No glass in here. Okay, so 2 sets of 4 would be 8. Undo that proper, give me a second. Just in case I have to move it down another one. Right, so there's probably, well, there is a mad desert in between there, and I can go back to that one village. That one desert village that I have like 6 of them there. Could be fun. Kind of want to explore that area first though. I have to keep this map and then go up. Trying to see if any of my maps have changed. Would it be like a little weird pink area? I mean, like, what would it look like? That's snow. But, yeah, we could, like, I have to empty out first, but then we gotta go up here and check that out. I think it's just one of these. 52 might be enough. I could finally get rid of some of this stuff. It's like, because if I made it really big, then I could possibly... We'll do 6 windows. Just in case. I've done door. I will use this jungle door. Because why not? Alright, and then I'm gonna need another boat. Hey, look, there's another boat. Minecraft needs to stop stealing my boats. It's getting a little aggravating. Alright, still got that. I could buy some more chicken. I just set that down. Throw down some stuff. I'll make another map. Where's the butcher? Oh, hey, butcher. Sorry to interrupt. Thank you very much. I still have a bed? Okay. Okay. I guess I'm gonna keep going into this one just to make sure I have everything I need. I'll take that. Alright. Excuse you? Okay. I was like, it made the sound, but it didn't close. I still look at it and I'm like, I can't believe I made a mushroom and I didn't even know my house is in the shape of a mushroom. Go, mycelium, go! Alright, so, here's my overfill. Okay, definitely need to make a compass. And look for a compass in my chest. It's nether brick. Is that the same thing I need over there? Last time I gave them the other one, so I'm going to be giving them this one. Gotta go up there anyways. Making some interesting noise up there. I can move this. I want to make a pottery of one of each on each side, because they said that, you know, make it like a little plus sign, only you don't need something in the middle, I guess. Okay. It's tough. Oh, flip. I forgot to put the sand in. Okay. Gun this down. I don't have any stone. Not on this one. Oh yeah, paper. Let's go back to the other one to get that paper. I don't have sugarcane either. Wait, I do have sugarcane. Flip, yeah, sugarcane. Okay, one of these. I don't know how much. It's 4 to make one of those, but what do I need to make a map? Obviously that thing, but still. Okay, so I can make a copy when I come back or whatever. So then keep a 5 just in case. Throw down the sugarcane. Oh, wild up there, you hear that? Okay, what does darkness last first time? These are adorable. I need to get you a blue one so there can be a quartet, so a trio. Okay, so gonna have to make another one of these. What do I need to make a cooker thing? Doesn't even show it. It shows that. I guess it's a furnace. Alright, 4 of these and 1 of these. Compass. What the hell is that? Recovery compass. Echo shards. Need 9 of them. Interesting. If I was going to take this with me, I kind of mucked up. Anyway, let's make another. Well, they're having a lovely time out there. Tell you what. So, I'm not gonna need the sugar cane. I am gonna need this. How do I make one of those iron item things? Oops. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's just one of those. We're good. Right, so I have the map, I have the thing to make that into a locator map. I can copy that from there. After, well, first I extend it and then I copy it and then I could possibly pick up some stone on the way. I'm pretty sure there's some in the other village. I might even have some in this little area right here. Well, it's a water parka. I don't have a lot of dirt. So, I don't have any. Oh, nifty. I do have slime balls down here. Another time, I'll bring a lot of frogs over in my area. Just not today. I could just grab some. I'm gonna grab some. There we go. Alright. 38 should be fine. Like this little village is hidden in between this crater lake. That's what it seems like, a crater lake. Nothing really grows around it. Except for the trees I planted. This little light trail leads me to the swamp. I believe it leads me to the swamp. Or up the mountain. One of the two. I know there's one that I have that leads me to the swamp. Frack. Oh, that's there. Not everything's as fun as a water slide, but I'm considering putting more water slides around. You know how long ago I planted those? They're supposed to be birch saplings, right? I don't know why they didn't bloom. Like, I'm gonna sit here and wait for my boat to actually, you know, be here. Be accepted into the world from my backpack. It's like, dude. And harvest a lot of sand from this area. That's why there's like a little dirt mounds poking up out of the water. So I could just sit there and harvest. Tried to make this a desert area. I didn't know I needed a what is that thing called? A village in order to sprout villagers, but now that I know, totally gonna happen. I might get some desert looking like villagers really close to home so I can just drag them over the side and take them to a wondrous land. I'm sitting here talking about kidnapping people. Oh, this game, I swear. I mean, if they followed you, if you held an emerald out, that's not really kidnapping. I'd eventually give them more than just one emerald, but, you know, hey. Looks like bones. Definitely bones. Ah, you punk. Ah, turn his little head. Not my intent. And it grabs the bone first. I wanted to light that up a little more. Okay. I miss my Nightmare Before Christmas mugs. I really do. They were like 20 ounces, like 20, 22. It was either 20 to 26 ounces. I flippin' love those damn things. I mean, I could drink all flippin' day and not feel like I had to get up multiple times. But these little flippin' mugs that I have now, and they're supposed to be regular. I was like, how does a regular person survive off of this little thing? It's like, I need more hydration than this. It's like, this isn't a mug. This is a tease. Flippin' tease. It's like, oh, you're thirsty? I'll just continue to be so. It's quite the drop. Chicken, don't push me over. Ah, well, that happened. I mean, I'll get to the lake eventually, so it's like, because, oh, frack. I was just supposed to go up. Anyways, we're gonna do this one first then. Okay, we're good. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do it though. We're gonna have to double back. We have to double back. It's just that simple. It's not a waste of time. We saw a lot of things. And we made a new pathway. So it's gonna be semi more easier to get to this place. If we had taken our old map, then we would have been able to do that map back there, but I don't know. I was so worried on, like, seeing if we had everything we needed that I didn't check to see what we were, like, where the place we were going. I have the wrong map, damn it! I'm lost! I'm so lost! I'm thirsty. I'm gonna be hungry in another couple hours. It always seems when you get lost, like in real life, that you can never find anywhere to eat either. I got this water flask, and it's not a bottle. It's a silicone flask. Still don't know if silicone over the span of this or that is even healthy or safe for people. But I have a silicone flask, and I only put water in it because I know what happens to silicone. It does tend to leach flavors. Hey, when you make pumpkin bread in a silicone mold, and then you go about trying to make banana bread in it, it tastes like pumpkin banana bread. So, hey, whatever. You know, the little like silicone cupcake holders? They're neat. I'm just thinking of my favorite cake now. I haven't had cake in such a long time. I've had pie, like this year. It's like flip, yeah, pie, yummy. But it was pumpkin pie. We just got it into the diner whenever I was working there, and we were allowed to sample it, and I was like, oh, sweet. It was great. I had it with some ice cream, like soft serve. I felt kind of like a pig, but it was more along the lines of there's a swamp. But I not really did a lot of exercising, but I walked everywhere. So walking to and from work was not that bad. And with the cake, well, not the cake, but the pie, I had just started to ride my bike back and forth between, it was like 6-7 miles maybe. They're so cute. It's like I got frogs. They're multiplying. So, yeah. Anyways. My half-sister used to torture me with that damn movie. She claimed it was one of her favorite movies. That and Dirty Dancing. Ugh. I was like, how old is he? I was like, he's so old. I was like, how do you like that? But yeah, she was a Patrick Swayze fan, I guess. And she wanted that romance. And I was like, I want romance too, but I want someone relatively my own age. And oh, hey, look, they made it over this way. Holy flip. I wonder if they swim. Do you swim? Anyways, it was like, baby was only like 16 years old, and Patrick Swayze was like 25, maybe 35 years old. Who knows? I mean, in character, like the movie, I was like, he's like a flippin' pedophile. I mean, like, I know they were just dancing at first, but then it got intimate, and it was just like, whoa, this is bad. And like, even like baby helped this female have an abortion. I was like, how do you like this movie? I was like, this movie is just so icky. I mean, not just icky, but it's like, oh. But she loved it. I was like, this is, no. I mean, I could deal with Grease because, like, they were pretty much the same age, and it was just like bad boy, good girl, and then she's like, okay, I can be bad. Oh, look at that. I need that. She's like, I can be bad girl for you, and he was trying to be a good boy for her, and it didn't quite work, and all his friends are making fun of him and stuff, and it was just like, okay. I was like, yeah, that seems about right. People do that. Where did he go? Tell me he did not just spawn out of existence. Okay, come here. Give me these. What am I holding right now? Okay. I'm pretty sure I have more. Give me a second. Where are you going? Stay right there. Hey, dude, just... I want to box you up so that, like, I have more of these later. Okay, so... Oh, so cute! Alright, so now I have 9 of these. I can make a little forest. I don't know where yet, but I'm going to find a place to make my little forest. So... I need to find out what the number of my home base is. This is my home base. Oh, okay, well, I guess we were going the right way. Flat. Okay. Well, we would never have gotten the flippin' flowered plants. I need to take a screenshot of this so I don't get lost again. Okay, so... Alright, so we gotta make it down there. Seems like we're going a lot further than... It matches up. Totally matches up. So... Okay. I was gonna go that way then. Sounds like they're attacking each other. Move my stuff. Yeah. And then the clicks and Grease. Yeah, I was just like, okay, yeah. There are certain people like those people. I've met certain people like those people. Unfortunately enough. Where's wasn't the nicest of the bunch, and I knew someone kind of like her. Kind of. Pinky, I've never met anyone like Pinky. Like, I think that's what they called her. The one who wore pink hair, like she was going to school for cosmetology or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna break down the movie because I made a little reference and it kind of reminded me of the damn movie, so we're gonna sit here and chat about the damn movie that I was tortured with. Anyways. Let's see. There was one that liked to eat a lot. I can relate. I do eat a lot, but I don't gain as much weight unless I'm super stressed. Dude, I got up to like 150 something. It was the double chin was real. The double chin was real. And my knee hurt all the flippin' time. I mean, I took 2 steps and I'd be winded. I mean, I take like 5 steps now and I'm winded. But I still push through it. I don't know, it's just hard for me to breathe. Go up and down the stairs. It's, yeah. I can possibly get there with the boat. So. Being chunky, it was, it's quite the experience. Everything was so much harder. So much harder. Getting out of bed, you know, well, it's not that eating right or eating healthier was harder. It's just motivation to do anything. Anything really. I was in a bad place, honestly. And the extra stressors, it wasn't helping. It's like, you want somebody to lose weight, do not stress them out about losing weight. They're not going to lose weight. It's like, dude. And you definitely don't tell people that they're fat. Oh my god, that's the worst thing to do. They're gonna go comfort food central. I do. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the easiest way for me to lose weight was not only starving, but I had a lot less stressors, even though I was starving. And that the physical activity did also melt the pounds. I was still chunky compared to supermodel standards, but yeah, whatever. I don't care. It's like, I will survive a little bit of starvation right now. Not that I'm starving myself, though. I'm eating 1 to 2 meals a day. cereal, and then I gotta flip. I forgot to take something out of the fridge for lunch. And I can also, I have like shrimp, so that make something with shrimp. Like maybe some shrimp fried rice or whatever. Should be fun. I had this plan to make some chicken, like some chicken, what is that called? Thigh, chicken thigh. I was like, what the hell? I was like, it's not the leg, it's just a little bit up. I mean, what's a little bit up on a leg? Like, there we go, thigh. So, I was gonna make some General Tso's flavored, chicken thighs. Maybe cut the thighs up a little more. Make a weird kind of rice casserole thing, and with the chicken thigh in there. The juices of the chicken be absorbed into the rice. It's flipping amazing. Throw some green beans in there with it. I got some frozen green beans. I'll have to wait for tomorrow then, because I do not have it on thawing. And it usually takes most of the day for it to unthaw. Oh, somebody cooked something yesterday that smelled so flippin' amazing. I sat there and like fantasized what it could be. I was like, maybe it's something with like a sauce. Maybe it's like a curry. Who knows what it is? It smells amazing. So I sat there after being full from the dinner I had, just sitting there imagining what it could honestly be. Damn. I was like, that smells too good. Like, who is cooking that? I need to know. And then I'm like, I asked somebody I was playing with yesterday if they ever had the need to go on a crusade just to find out who's cooking something around them. And he had laughed and he was like, no. He's like, I'm usually the one cooking something good. And I was like, yeah, me too, but you know, like when a neighbor starts cooking something and it smells so flipping good, you're just like, oh, what is it? I need the recipe. I need to be able to try this at least once. It smells that amazing. And so I was just sitting there chatting about this, and I think he kind of a little bit got annoyed. And I'm just like, yeah, I've been working on smelling foods through television, but haven't been able to quite do it yet. He had cooked this banana pumpkin cheesecake thing with protein powder. And I was like, wow, I was like, that kind of sounds amazing. He's like, oh, it's so good. He gave me like a little bit of the recipe. I didn't get a chance to write it down, but you know, I will eventually. They don't sell like the type of protein that I'm normally adept at here, so I'm a little saddened by it, but it, you know, hey, it's just old-fashioned towns and whatnots, and yay, there's something that I was looking for a beach. Okay, so do not judge me, for I judge myself. Ah, so horrible. Is that not the right type? Are you flipping kidding me? Alright. I have to use all this up really quick. I mean, look the same. Ah, dark oak and spruce. Got it. Oops. I think it's efficiency that's on it that's making us go so fast. Efficiency 4? Okay, now bring out the new. I'm pretty sure I'm way out of the way. I'm just gonna build this. If not, I wasted a perfectly good house. One, two, three, 4. It's just the window placement. Gotta think about. So what, can I not jump on this? I mean, what the hell? I might have made it a little too big. Maybe a lot too big. That should be fine. Motherfucker. Okay, and then I can make the rest stone. I don't normally make a 5x5. It's usually 3x3, but then the last one I made was like 4. I'm gonna put that door down first. One, two, three, 4. All right. Alright, now what else did I need for sand? It's gonna be interesting. Oh hey, there's some right here. Where do I want the bed? Let me find it. Okay, so drinking. Someone needs to invent one of those ever fill cups. Like it properly collects moisture. I mean, that could probably go really bad though. It's like, yeah, you're sitting next to it and you're full of moisture. Kind of. It wouldn't be as good as I thought. Okay, looks good. I need to put the chest in. I was thinking of like if you were in a desert and the only thing around that had any moisture in it that it could take from would be, you know, the person it was going to be trying to collect the moisture from. That wouldn't quite work well, so I was just... But other ways, other things, maybe. Okay, so got to put this in here. One of these. Take it out. A map. Wow, look at that. Bigger map. That is 4x4, right? Okay. Okay, set that there. Okay, now for the adventure. Oh, shovel. Might need that later on, but who knows? So if we go all the way to the edge, then we can cut that way, because that's where you see, because it's on my screen, it's this way, and on that, you know, whatever. It's kind of mirrored. This is my right hand. That is my left hand, but yet this looks like my left hand, because the way it's reversed. It's weird. I tried to invert it, but it just made my aw, how cute, 2 babies. Excuse me. I'm trying to get past you. Alright, so yeah, I tried to invert it, but all I did was flip the picture up. It flipped it upside down, and I was like, okay. Alright. I can't use it that way, so it's whatever. So technically I'm ambidextrous. I can write with both left and right hand. Not well, it's both chicken scratch. But I know some people who could, well, I knew some people who could write pretty damn elegantly. Like, the script on them was pretty damn fantastic. Well, when I was learning how to write as a child, my kindergarten teacher kept pulling the crayon out of my left hand and putting it in my right hand. I just naturally just grabbed it with my left hand, and that was supposed to be a sign of psychotic, the people being psychotic, you know, left-handed and left brain, blah blah blah. And I was like, I haven't killed anyone yet. I mean, I haven't had any urges or feelings to take anyone out, so I don't think that's proper. I mean, I get angry. Yeah, I get angry at a lot of things. But it's keeping a cool temper and a cool head about yourself that keeps people from getting into trouble. I don't like getting in trouble. I think that stems from childhood too. But yeah, so I have like chicken scratch handwriting, and when in 3rd grade, my like I hold my pencil weird, obviously, or whatever. So my third grade teacher would constantly try to correct my pencil again. So I'm just like, it's in the right hand. I mean, what do you want from me? It's like, oh, you're writing like a left-hand person. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't understand. It's like, oh, this would totally improve your handwriting and blah, blah, blah. I mean, she meant well. At least I hope she meant well. But, I still write the same way I always wrote, but it's, I kind of curl my hand over and then, like, I kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but, she kept putting wads of paper and, like, what is that, tissue and paper towel in my hand so that I would properly write it, because she said it looked uncomfortable, and I said, no, it's very comfortable. I was like, what's not comfortable is holding on to flipping crushed up paper and napkins and flipping paper towels just so you think that I'm going to change. It's like, I wasn't trying to be defiant, but it was a whole hell of a lot more awkward trying to hold on to something as well as the pencil and write. And she kept trying and trying and trying to correct it. And I'm like, who is this for? Like, eventually I was just like, who is this for, Mrs. Burgess? And she's like, fine. If you don't want to correct your handwriting, I'm done trying. And I was like, thank you. And she got upset. The face she gave me. And I was like, Miss Burgess, you're like one of my favorite teachers. I was like, I don't mean any disrespect, but you have to stop. I was like, you're overcorrecting. And I got beat so damn bad that night. She called and said that I was being not just a bad student, but she mentioned some stuff that I wouldn't say it was a lie, but it was way over exaggerated, because I didn't talk back to her. I was merely explaining my situation and how I didn't like holding the paper towel, and I didn't like holding the napkins because the napkins were softer. And I sure as hell didn't like holding the damn crunched up papers, because they would not only get all wet in my hand because I was getting all upset and antsy about it, but they were, pointy. You crush a piece of paper and you're holding it. Its substance is kind of hard. But I didn't appreciate it, and I got beat because I was talking back to a teacher and that I had provoked her, and I was like, I did not. I was like, and he was like, George was like, well, tell me what happened. And I explained what happened, and then I got beat. And I was like, wow, that it was not fun. It very, very much sucked. And I was just trying to be truthful and honest, honestly. But still my favorite teacher, though. Well, one of them. I had a few male teachers that I really liked because they were very passionate about their subjects. Like in high school, these girls like one of my favorite teachers. I have a few favorite teachers. Like one favorite out of like each. What is it called? I don't know, you'd say age, but grade, maybe? anyways, so everyone had a crush on this teacher. I was just like, ew, grown up, you know, kind of thing. But he was nice, he was friendly, and he took us on a field trip. And he bought us what is that? Some it was something. It was like a little snack that was on this, anyways, he bought us that, and it wasn't why I liked him, is because he was passionate about the subject he was teaching. He was a science teacher. And he had, this passion, and it, like, even though there were people in the class that were just like, science, he inspired certain people in the class, myself included, to, pursue, you know, more scientific kind of approach to certain things. I need to find somewhere to hide. It's getting super dark. I probably should have took some of the frack. Should have got another bed too. But anyways, he was a really nice person. And I had this reading teacher. He was fantastic too. It was weird. The high school I went to, they had some of the middle school classes. I'd never heard of a flippin' middle school until I got to South Carolina, because we had elementary schools and then we had high schools. And like, oh, flip. Still got me. I panicked. But elementary schools had some of the middle school in it, and the high schools had some of the middle school in it. So, damn it! I didn't mean to do that. So, when in high school, we had half of the. Okay, so we had reading half of the year, and then English the other half of the year, which was weird. I think it was because we were in like a small retirement kind of town. And when I got to South Carolina and we were learning, there must be a village around. But when we were learning about I definitely have them in here. I might just dig a hole. Oh damn. Well, that at least gave me light. Well, whenever we were learning how to be little young adults, we were given reading, and then, oh my goodness, I did not like this one flippin' English teacher. And then I didn't like this other English teacher in South Carolina. But this one English teacher, I'm sitting there, I'm hanging on every word she's saying, because like we were doing these like short stories and stuff, and it was all sci-fi, and I flippin' love sci-fi. And so I'm at the edge of my seat. I'm just like, I'm so enthralled in what she's talking about, because like most of the time English is boring, and I'm just like, this is lame. Alright, we have to read this stupid book about something that I have no interest in whatsoever, and then write a book report. You know, paragraph 2 pages, 1 page, 3 pages, 4 pages, on this little itty bitty tiny book, which I can sum up in like 3 sentences. It sucked. It was about this, and I never want to read anything like this again. Ooh. But so we were we were learning about this one sci-fi thing where the story actually stopped. What was it called? Not midway through, but it stopped at this intense part, and we were supposed to make our own ending for the story. And I was like, this is awesome. This is brilliant. Oh, I have so many ideas, you know? So I'm sitting there, and I'm like pretty damn giddy about this, and we weren't allowed to have gum in her mouth, like in her class, but I chew gum, and I chew gum a lot, and I did in her class, but I wasn't chewing at all. I had it like tucked towards the back of my teeth, and it was just sitting there chilling till next period when I could start chewing it again, because most of the teachers didn't care if you chewed gum. Fresh mouth, you know, hey. And so when I was super intent on listening to what she was saying, and for some reason she thought I was not listening at all, and I repeated everything that she had just said, you know, even the the thing for the assignment, what we were supposed to do, and I even mentioned that I thought it was a great idea. And she sat there and she gave me like this awful stare for like maybe 2 minutes, because she had said like she thought I was just like zoning off in the La La Land. And not only did she come closer to my desk, and I was watching her the same, you know, the whole time, she slammed a book on my desk, and I moved my stuff out of the way as it was slamming. And she's like, now if people were paying attention, and people were laughing, and I was like, I was paying attention. And she's like, oh yeah? What were we talking about? And I explained the whole thing. And she's like, maybe you should look like you're paying attention. And I was like, I was staring at you the whole time. And she's like, go to the principal. And I was like, what? I was like, for what? And then people were like, she didn't do anything. And I was like, I was fully paying attention. I was like, I didn't do anything. And there were like some of the people who were towards the front of the class were like, yeah, she always looks like that. And I was like, oh. So I always look like I'm not paying attention. I was just, whoa, that's something else. But so she got angry, and she said that I wasn't allowed to come to her class for 2 more sessions, but I had to do the book report. And I was like, wait, so what am I supposed to do? She's like, I don't care, I don't want you in my class for 2 more days. And I was like, are you okay? I was like, do you want to talk about it? And she got even more angry at that. And I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? And I had to go sit in a study kind of lounge where there were like people who actually did something wrong for 2 days. And I was just like, this is a waste. I was like, I'm missing out on valuable sci-fi stuff, you know? And oh damn, that definitely isn't going to so I really didn't like her after that. I mean, she was a mean teacher to begin with, but oh wow, so that gave me 2 of them. But I really didn't like her after that. I can't remember her name. I mean, it wasn't important enough to remember, I guess. You know. But anyways, I missed out on 2 days, and I was supposed to make it up. And I was like, you were the one who told me not to come into the... And I was like, shouldn't you have, you know, had notes or something for me? And she's like, you're supposed to get notes off of your fellow classmates. And I was like, who else takes notes other than me? I was like, my fellow classmates rely on my notes. Oh my gosh. I mean, like, some of them did. Like, not took notes, but some of them relied on, like, I had maybe 2, 3 friends that, would ask me to take notes for them, so I tended to simplify things just a little easier than most people, I guess. But I really didn't like her. She was a mean, mean teacher. I'm used to gruff people, like people just being, you know, they're like agitated all the time. But that's because they've been like hurt and whatnot. You can like sit there and like stand behind that. It's like, okay, yeah, I've been hurt too, but I'm not, you know, a mean person. And certain people, like this one, like my metal shop and wood shop teacher, it was the same person. They would end up being kind of like rude, but they weren't rude. They were kind of weirdly playful rude, like, you know, oh, I hate everyone. And he was like, oh, come over here. I hate you less. You're gonna be my my little helper. And it's like, it was fun. It was funny and fun. But I was like, okay, so I like being hated less. And he knew who was my caretaker at the time, because he wasn't actually my father and he wasn't actually my stepdad, because you'd actually have to adopt. I was a I guess you would call it a B-turd child. I'm trying to like anyways, my mom went out and she came back with me in inseminated form. Yeah. Anyways, so she wasn't married to my biological father. My biological father was married to someone else who was actually 3 months pregnant at the time, and the whole scandal. That kind of sucked, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't like, hey, I want to be born this way, and it has to be this way. So, it was interesting. But my metal shop teacher was like, oh, you're this person's girl, and I was like, yeah, kinda. He's like, oh, he's taking care of you, right? And I was like, yeah, kinda. And he's like, he just nodded and he was like, alright, okay. He's like, well, I hate you least of all. He's like, you're my new little assistant, my new helper. And then when he saw me in because I had metal shop was him first, and then wood shop was after, and he looked at me and he was like, I know you. He's like, and I was like, yeah, because like he was like a period in between, because it was, I had metal shop earlier in the day, then I had lunch, and then I had, what was that, English, and then I had woodshop. And he was like, I know you. And I was like, yeah, we met earlier. And he was like, my assistant. I was like, okay. He was like, you're my helper in this class, you're not an assistant, you got that? And I was like, okay. And he's like, you're gonna help some of these uneducated people become better. Oh my goodness, look at that! So we found one, and and I was like, it was he was an interesting person. I learned a lot of nifty tricks and tips in metal shop and wood shop. Got to play with a buzz saw, got to play with a backhand saw, a regular saw, some files, flipping, what the hell were they called? Do I have room? It wasn't a rivet gun, but he said that his rivet gun was broken and that we had to use the rivets this way. And this way was holding them with a pair of needle nose pliers, tapping them down until the bottom half was flat enough that it wasn't going to rick it out of the way, is what he said, and then holding our project aligned where we needed to, and then tapping it down the rest of the way. And that was how we got the rivets on. So that was fun. And then, like, certain people would ask if he had this type of tool. Oh, it kind of looks purple, doesn't it? Ew, that's why it's pink wood. Okay. But, I very much enjoyed being the assistant and the helper, and so, yeah, there's some good memories, honestly. Oh, okay, there's not any more in there. Oh, and it's like, it's not breaking down. Oh, yes, yes, I like that. We got that. We're cool. Oh, it is attached to another one. I wonder why it wasn't breaking down. Oh, wow. I wonder if it's a different block. Oh, pink petals. So I can just put the pink petals on. Oh, that's cool. Dang, that's a lot. This is totally going to help with my ecosystem. Crafting biomes, I need this stuff. Oh, is it popping? It's weird how it's on like a hill. Well, like a mountain. Let's get that out like that, unintertwined with the other one. Look at the little flowers. I'm expecting pink sticks, I'm sorry. Might actually have... I was gonna say enough, but I only have like 8. It's like at least 10. And then I'll come back and... I mean, out of like 2 trees I took down. It's not bad, huh? Achievement in effect. Because I'd have 19 of those. Because I have 9 at the house right now. Well, at the home base. Okay. Seems to be good enough. I hear a traveling merchant, but I do not see one. I'm gonna have to go up there anyways, so check it out. Oh wait, I wanted to swap my... Where we go? Just for the win. There was just one. just for the win. I'm not seeing any apples, so. Or cherries, for that matter. Oh, there's another one. What critter spawned in here? Where? Okay. Wow, this is a big forest. So far it's not really showing, well, it's like dark out, so. It's not showing whether or not it's pink. Oh. Must be a village around here. Holy moly. The way up. Traded a number on my, what is it, sword. No experience for cutting down bushes, huh? stuff. Okay. That's the thing with going through any type of underground mountain. There could always be something on the inside. Wow, that's bright. It's a bright one today. I'm gonna have to feed my sword, I swear. I don't know where people get the notion of people being a certain way because what hand they write with. I can't fathom that. I mean, do you know how many people actually use their left hand? Or like left-handed? And how many of them are not? Those, not even an inkling. There could be like the sweetest people you've ever known. And how many people who are actually right-handed who have? I mean, just, yeah, we'll come back to that sword again. It's just, a lot of people in the 80s and 90s, because there was the onrush of people becoming certain types of way because of certain things that were happening. And I was like, why not, like, consider it was something that stemmed from their childhood? Now, granted, there are certain people who have had beautiful childhoods and have displayed certain tendencies even though they've had beautiful childhoods, and they go kind of wonked out and I wouldn't say renegade, but kind of renegade, and then they started hurting people because that's what they thought was making them powerful or whatever. I don't think it stems from people writing things, you know. It's just it just sounds so stupid then, it sounds so stupid now. I was like, why did I need to be punished just for what others have done before me? Because I had some inkling of what someone else was? It's like, dude, first off, get to know me. Second off, dude, not everybody who writes with their left hand is even capable of doing such things. It's like, it's your moral stature, your, you know, oh damn, I think I might be full. Definitely don't need those. I just have one of these. At least let me get some of these. But the whole notion of it is just hilarious. I mean, it's sad that so many people who would have been like just totally fine being left-handed and everything were corrected just for them being left-handed because there was a serial killer who was left-handed in the 80s. It's like, wow, way to ruin it for all the left-handed people. Just like that stupid lore about flipping redheads, how they always have a bad temper. Now, I've met some redheads that don't have tempers at all. It's like, dude. And they weren't outliers, because it was just like, dude, do you think the people that they met were agitated because them having a stereotype on them that could have fed to the stereotype, honestly? Because not all hotheads are redheads, and not all there's quite a few brunettes who are flipping super bad tempered. I mean, dude, these people were, you didn't want to bother with them because they were just confrontational, agitated out the wazoo, and everything you did was their fault. Well, your fault. But it was actually their fault. So everything they did was because of you. I know it doesn't make sense, because I don't know why, but this was a brunette, and he was hot-headed. Just like all Irish people don't sit there and drink copious amounts of flippin' alcohol. Stupid stereotypes end up getting people agitated. Ruining everybody's mood. I mean, certain stereotypes are is that called? Validated. If you dress like a thug and you act like a thug, what else are people supposed to treat you like? Because that is not a, it's not a racial stereotype. It's, you're dressing like a thug because you want people to perceive you as a thug. Just like gangsters, they dressed a certain way. I mean, back in the day, you know, the sharp-dressed gangsters, you knew that they were up to no good. They wanted you to know that they were up to no good, and they did not want you to mess with them. And, like, okay, other gangsters in other races, they would have tattoos all over them. They wanted you to know that they were in a gang. They wanted you to know that they were up to no good and not to mess with them. And they were gangsters. They were pretty much thugs. They were in a gang. They dressed like a gang member. They acted like a gang member. They wanted you to treat them as a gang member. Most of the time people just left them alone. I mean, people who like bad boys or whatever, bad girls, would flock to those types of people, but other than that, they were pretty much left alone. It wasn't a stereotype in that function. Even though they were mass murderers, they were never called serial killers. Interestingly enough. And I'm sure not all of those were left-handed. It was how they wanted to be portrayed, how they acted, and their social order, so to speak. And within the gangsters and the thugs, they have their own social orders, and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're not going to get into that. But it is, and still, some of it still is pretty damn bad. Done research on other people's research of these subjects, because I've never met one of those, but I would ask them quite a few questions. I mean, for whatever they could, you know, tell me, it would greatly sate my curiosity in that matter, but wow, this is getting a little, see if I can. I mean, I should have like hit something by now. Oh damn! It looks like I'm in a lake or something. Okay, good, we're good. Oh, well, I guess we want to pop down a little bit further. Birch forest. I'm never gonna find that spot again, I tell you. Maybe from the other end, yeah, but... Oh, no. honestly do need to stop at that lake for a minute. Oh my goodness. I did not want to have a pig fall on me, but you know, and still he's climbing around me like he wants to fall on me. I've been eating chicken, pig. Nothing for you here. Yeah, that reminds me of another flippin'... Okay. So, staying on the stereotype thing and the need for certain jobs and job standings. That's a lot of pigs. But, so, I was told a while back that there would be no need for police officers if people knew how to behave themselves. And honestly, they're true. I mean, that statement was true. It wasn't meant to, you know, kill somebody's job or reputation or whatever, but if people knew how to behave themselves and adhere to certain laws, there would be no need for certain job descriptions. Like, of course there'd still be need for like firefighters and everyone every once in a while, because people don't always adhere to certain things, or there could be electrical fires. But if people knew better and knew how to build properly, maybe, in some aspects. I mean, there is wear and tear that happens to electronics, and eventually they will malfunction, sparks could fly, and fires could happen. And then there's always people who fall asleep with candles, or while they're, I mean, that actually does have to relate to drug use and medication use and whatnot. But if we have a utopian, even though utopia doesn't exist, but a better society and whatnot, there would be no need for certain job descriptions. And it makes you wonder what type of people would rise up in a place like that. Like, what would they accomplish in certain circumstances to where there'd be no need for violence or even super defense of themselves. I mean, would we all just turn into a bunch of blogs? Or would it... Uh-oh. Let me just grab this. Or would we all know how to continue a healthy diet and whatnot and just, you know, exist? It's like, people aren't going to know unless they actually do it. But would society plummet, or would it prosper? What exactly would happen? I mean, there's always people out and about who are going to try to take care of, try to take care of people who are hurting, and then there are also people who want to harm people. Holy flip. to hurt others because they've been hurt. And the thing is, they're trying to hurt people who have never hurt them. Because, like, some show of weakness that they show. It's like, what? Why? Apparently you have to be strong for certain people. Or they count you as a weakling and then they try to harass you. Doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It's like, wouldn't that instead make them weak for preying on weaker people? Or people that they think are weaker? People seek out weak people to hurt weak people. You don't see stronger people going after, like, strong people mentally as well as physically, going out of their way to hurt weak people, unless there's something super weak about them, mentally or otherwise. Just a slice of mushroom. What? Why? Minecraft, you boggle my mind. I was like, oh, I can chew out this mushroom so that I can hide in it till morning, but... Oh, damn, I've passed so many sheep, too. I should have, like, sheared a few of them. Uh-oh. Oh, hey, there's a village. I itch on my nose. Like, fuck. All the places. I remember a few times I got angry in school because I saw, like, this female who used to bully me all the time, and I shrugged it off. I was just like, yeah, they're just being a jerk. But when they had to rebuild a school, they sent some of the students to one side of the district and then other students to another side of the district. And I was no longer plagued by that female who liked to bully me, which was nice. I mean, I was just like, yeah, okay, cool. And the people in this new district, whoops, were kind of really nice. So I didn't have to bother with certain, you know, avoidance tactics that I had to avoid this person named Vesta. Yeah, great name, right? I think she was named after, like, some sort of solar thing. Oh, damn. I'm not going out there. Flip that. Fuck. I think they're dead now. Well, no, Vesta's not dead, but the villager that was out there getting hit, I don't know where they were. But anyways, there was this substitute teacher who was watching us at the time. Our teacher had went out to have either, I think it was hip surgery or knee surgery or something like that. Something to do with surgery. And since we were so young at the time, I think like maybe 10, 11, I couldn't remember what it was. I know he had to go back out for another type of surgery, but it was something to do with his stomach. And he was a fantastic teacher. He just had a lot of medical problems. And so we had this substitute teacher, and she would say that, like, whenever she saw somebody spatting, like having a fight, she would say, "You get more flies with honey than with vinegar." And I was like, you're not gonna get any flies with honey itself. You'd probably get more flies with like crap or like something decomposing. And she's like, remind me to talk to your parents. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, fish guts, that would definitely get more flies than honey too. And she's like, it's a saying. It means if you're nice to people, that they are going to flock to you rather than vinegar, like being mean to people. And I was like, well, why didn't you just say that? It's like those things kind of just over, over the head. I did not understand. I was just like, dude, just say it plainly. Holy damn. I was a little 10-year-old. 10 or 11. Like, flip. Why are you gonna sit there and, like, spout these nursery rhymes at me? I was 10. I was grown up. Holy damn. But anyways, not really, damn. But anyways, so we were doing this one project, and like this was after the new school was built, and our teacher had gone on medical leave. So this female substitute, she was fantastic. I mean, she was kind, she was courteous. She had a crazy amount of little ditties that you had to sit there and question, because it was like, what the hell are you trying to get at, lady? But she was a nice person. She said this to Vesta after Vesta was harassing me, and I had mentioned all the things that actually would attract flies, because I was like, if you're trying to actually get a fly, this is how you do it. And I was educating her, and she's like, no, I'm not trying to catch flies. I was, she was saying how flies were like friends, and I was like, well, I didn't say anything to her. She just agitated me, and I was like, this is what she does. I was like, I've asked her what was wrong before, and Vesta's just sitting there looking at me. She's like, that right there is why she needs to be picked on. And I was like, because I'm looking at things logically, I was like, you have no logical reason to pick on me. I was like, either you're jealous or you're just plain stupid. You can honestly have a great friend in me if you honestly wanted to have me as a friend. But you're just a big bully, and I don't suffer you. I was like, I'm not going to suffer you, and you're annoying. So I hope you chew on that. And back in the day, talk to the hand because the face ain't listening was one of those things that people said, and that was thrown in my face. And I was like, okay. I was like, talking to your hand is way better than talking to your face anyways. And so the teacher had, put us even further away than our alphabetical order that we had to be in. She was a few desks over to my left, but she always made it a point to harass me for some reason. I was quiet and less spoken to. So, I was like, whatever. Well, she went out of her way to harass this other student who was actually generally nice, and she was shy and sweet, and she was smaller than the rest of, like, all the rest of the girls. And so, Vesta being Vesta and being a total mean person, she decided to want to pick on this person as well. And from what my knowledge was, I thought she was just like picking on her for the first time, but this was an ongoing thing. She had met someone else to pick on. And I took it upon myself to sit there and say, hey, dude, what the hell? I was like, you don't need to pick on her. She hasn't done anything to anyone. She's a really nice person. I was like, if this is you trying to get another friend, and I did the air quotes because that's my thing, and I was like, another friend, then, you know, you should be a lot nicer to this person instead of being a mean little, and I did say the bad word, and she's like, oh, look at you trying to be all tough, and I was like, if I have to, I can throw you down and make you wish that you had never hurt anyone in your life. And the teacher came over and was like, what's going on here? And I'm standing face to face with this person because we are the same size now. I had a little bit of a growth spurt over the summer, and she's staring at me coldly, and she's like, kind of edging me to throw the first punch or whatever, and I wasn't gonna attack her unless she attacked me, but I was standing up for this little girl named Hannah. And after the standoff and the teacher had kind of told us to go off on our own, I asked this little girl Hannah, I mean, she was a lot smaller than both of us, and I asked her if she was okay and if she needed a friend, and she's like, I don't need you standing up for me. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm sure you're a very strong person. I was like, you seem really shy and you don't like talking to anybody, and I just figured since she wanted to pick on you that it was because you didn't have any friends, and she got a little upset about that. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend. I was just, if you want to be my friend, I will be your friend. She ended up being my sister's friend eventually, and she didn't like my sister. And I was like, yeah, no crap. But then after being my sister's friend, she ended up being someone's lackey, like one of the popular girls' lackey for a little bit. And then just not being anyone's friend again. And I was like, dude, the offer still stands, hi. But yeah, I ended up being friends with this female who was a lot taller than everyone else. I mean, she was I thought my sister was tall, but this female was really, really tall. She didn't live in our area very long, though. Her name was Nicole, and she was fantastic. I tried to offer her some candy, and she was like, I only eat sour candy, and I was like, that's the only candy I don't eat. And yeah, I made it a point to, while I had a paper route, to get her something sweet every once in a while. Her family was poor, too. So I was just like, I'll help out a little bit. At least with the sweets and whatnot. So I would get her some sour heads and whatnot, some sour candy, the push pops. If I was going to her house, I'd get her sister some stuff too, and her little sister. Her mom didn't quite like me bringing candy over. She was like, everybody's on a diet and all this good stuff, but, her mom was really nice. It's like the things you remember. Still remember her sisters fighting over each other. Just for no reason. The littlest one liked to antagonize everyone. Because, everyone was like, oh no, we're doing, 10-year-old stuff or adult stuff, go play with your friends. And she's like, I don't have any friends. And I was like, I'll be your friend. She's like, see, Candace is the only cool one. And I was like, okay. Excuse me, yeah, my name. But, I go by Ace, so. She ended up getting bit by a spider, and her dad, yelled at me, like, super thoroughly about that, and I was like, I didn't do anything. Honestly, I didn't do anything to her. We were both downstairs, and I was waiting for Nicole to get finished with, her homework because she didn't do it. She ended up doing some other stuff, and I wasn't allowed to play with her until her homework was done. So we were in the basement, and her little sister was playing around in the clothes, and I was just looking at some other stuff, like, because they had some weird stuff in their basement, and I was just looking at stuff, being nosy little kid. And the little sister just starts screaming, and then she runs upstairs, and I'm still sitting there looking at, I was still in the same spot where I was when the father came down. He said, what did you do to her? And I was like, I didn't do anything. I was like, she was playing in the clothes, and like, because they had a pile of dirty laundry, and the little girl was just like, you know, she was like 5 or 6 at the time, and she's just sitting there throwing the clothes up and playing in them, and then she screams and then runs upstairs like a bat out of hell, and the father comes down and starts yelling at me and asking me what I did to her, and the mother comes down after like 2 minutes of hearing me get yelled at and said that she got bit by something, stop yelling at her, and the father just like, he didn't want me to come over anymore, and I wasn't allowed to play with his kids because he yelled at me for a spider biting his daughter. And I was like, oh, okay. So I wasn't allowed over there, and we ended up meeting by the school and just playing at the school, you know, at the playground next to the school. And then she would go, and I opened this door. I know I opened the door. Flip. Is it locked? Okay. Maybe there's another, okay. But anyways, oh, I need that. I wasn't able to see the other daughter, like, she wasn't allowed out of the house and everything. But her sister had said that she was sorry, and she should have told people before, and yada yada. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I was like, it wasn't her fault. I mean, she was freaking out over a spider. I didn't take it personally. I think this would be more appropriate. But I think the father was embarrassed for yelling at me for no reason. I mean, he sat there and chewed me out for like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, about how I was no good for their family and all this stuff, and I was like, what? I was just sitting there listening. Just, wow, I was like, you really don't know how people feel about you until they think you do something wrong. And it was like a wow moment. And then like a few months later, they moved. Like, I don't think I was the cause of them moving, honestly. But it was weird. She was like my best friend in elementary school. everybody else just made fun of me because of my mom. It was kind of awful, really. Being judged for a parent, it's like, what? Nobody made fun of Ivory because of that. Just me. We called Ivory some other stuff, but you know, come to realize I flippin' smacked somebody across the face for calling my sister something. I'm big on the family, and they called my sister something very undesirable, and I warned her. I was like, you shouldn't spread rumors about people. And they were like, oh, it's not a rumor, we know she is. And I was like, no. I was like, excuse you? I was like, she doesn't bring anybody home. She doesn't do that stuff anywhere. And you shouldn't spread rumors about people, especially when you don't know them. And this didn't bode well for that person. And she said, your sister is nothing but a... And then this was after I warned her not to spread rumors about people, and I told her that if she said that one more time, that I was going to smack her. I told her I was going to smack her. I warned her like 3 times. It's like, I was like, stop spreading rumors. I was like, you don't know her. You don't even talk to her. And I was like, I think I know her a little more than you do. And she doesn't do that stuff. So, she ended up doing that stuff eventually, but she wasn't doing that stuff in elementary school. So, I fought for her honor. And I went to the principal for fighting for her honor. And, the principal, he laughed at that, and he's like, oh, little girls are gonna be little pains in the butt. He's like, don't listen to it, just don't antagonize, and don't, he's like, don't do it again. And I was like, okay. I didn't have to, honestly, because, she didn't say anything like that in front of me ever again. And, yeah. I was small. I was a lot smaller than her. But I guess my slap was a lot harder than she expected from someone so small. Because all I did was just smack her once, and I stared at her. And, she... Not only was she, like, super shocked that I did that after I told her 3 times that if she didn't stop doing that, that I was going to take action and I was probably going to smack her. I mean, the look on her face, though, just, dude. And then she tried to blame it on somebody, a male, some other kid. And I was like, no. I was like, no, he didn't do that. And the teacher was like, oh yeah? I was like, who did? And I was like, I did. And she was like, no, she didn't. It was Matt. And I was like, no, it wasn't. I was like, are you? I was like, what's going on here? And I was like, look. And I put my hand up to her face, and she kind of, shirked away, and I was like, my hand fits, and I grabbed Matt's hand, and I put it next to her face, and I was like, Matt's hand doesn't. I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember slapping her. And, the teacher's like, alright, well, you're gonna have to go to the principal's office. And I was like, okay. I was like, I did it. I'm not gonna let somebody else go down for what I did. I was like, okay. So the principal had left, and because he said that someone else, that she had blamed this on somebody else, and she was still saying that Matt had done it, but he's like, you know, you don't have to, you know, go down for your boyfriend. And I was like, no, he's not my boyfriend. I was like, I really did slap her. And he was like, oh. I was like, okay, all right. He's like, why did you slap her? And I told him. And I told him that I warned her like 3 times. I was like, that 4th time she did it. And I told her, like, because she had gotten in my face about it too. And I was like, hey, this is my bubble. Back up a little. I was like, I don't need to taste your breath. And she got a little upset about that. And she bent down because she was like this much higher than I was. And I just reached up and I went, wah! And she looked like she was gonna cry, and then it was just a huge surprise to her. But anyways, it is 12, and I need to go make some food so I can eat something. I've been playing for more than, like, about 3 hours. Yeah, so, yeah, have a good one.